Hey guys, Scrap It's here again, and we're going to do another chunk of e-waste here. So this channel is going to be seeing what's inside things of things like this that you get at garage sales for free or off Craigslist or out of dumpsters and things. We'll also be doing some dumpster diving, some scrapping runs, anything to do with scrapping. So this should be kind of a quick one. So let's get through this thing. What we have here is a realistic SA10 solid state stereo amplifier from God only knows when, how old this thing is. I have no way to test it. I am not interested in trying to resell it. They don't seem to be worth much of anything. So if we took this thing, well, to cut the cord off because any scrapper would do that no problem. So less the cord, this thing is 1 pound 8 ounce as it sits right there. So it's worth what, 10 cents in scrap if you threw it in your tin shred pile. But I want to see what's in this thing. I'm curious. I like taking this kind of stuff apart. So let's see what we got in this thing. First things first, get these knobs out of here. This one should not be as quick. I know my last, well, these things are probably aluminum on here. I can't tell if they're plastic. Sometimes it's hard to tell if they're plastic or not by holding on to them, so I'll set those things aside and look at them. But on my last video, I know I got a little talky, a little wordy. Sorry about that. But to tell you the truth, when I started scrapping and I found stuff like this, and I thought, hey, this stuff's got to have some kind of value to it, besides just throwing them in a tin shredder, just chopping the cord off and throwing them in the and leaving them behind in the dumpster. So that's why I kind of did this. Is I wanted to see what kind of things I was dealing with here. I wonder if I had to take these little knobs off here. Plus, I am lucky that I have a scrapyard that buys circuit boards from me. So that does help out and make a big difference in doing this kind of stuff. So there's these little nuts on here. So I'm going to pause this thing while I get these little nuts off here because you don't want to watch me do that. Hang on. Okay, so we got the little nut things off of there. Let's throw them in my box of screws over here. So here's what we're dealing with in here. Nothing too exciting, it doesn't look like. Another screw here. There's that thing, won't come out like that. Yeah, a little chunk of wire here. So a little bit of tin shred there. That's what's left of the piece of the drop cord. So here's what we're left with. This is basically a low-grade board. There is a transformer on here. We can pop that thing off. It should be a copper transformer. I can see the 2 copper lines coming out the sides. That's really about it on this thing. I can leave all this attached because it's going to be just left as a low-grade board. So let's get this transformer off of here. I need to get a new bit. That thing is trashed. Should pop right off of there. So we have a low-grade board. There's a little transformer. It's got a little bit of weight to it. And just a little bit of tin shred. So let's get some of this stuff out of the way and see what we kind of ended up with here. See if these things are. Those things are aluminum. These little knob ends are. So I'll have to get that one out of there. I can do that another time. I don't have to bore you watching me do that. So let's see what we get. So what did we say that thing was worth? About 10 cents or so. It was just over a pound right before we started with this thing. if you just threw this in your tin shred. So this is 5 ounces of low grade board, so it's just, you know, worth a few pennies, nothing crazy, big deal. But, you know, you get a bunch of stuff like this, it does add up. Just a little bit of tin shred, I think. Another 5 ounces of tin shred, so, you know, just a couple pennies worth of tin shred on there. The transformer, which is 5 ounces for the transformer. So we looking at 20 cents a pound for a transformer, so you're looking at I don't know, 8-10 cents for the transformer, and then just a little bit of aluminum on there, which is, you know, a nil amount of aluminum. So there's that. And then we take our cord. It's easy enough to do all this kind of stuff. Take a hold of a pair of channel locks on there. Pull your brass out of your plugs if you so desire to do that. I don't always do it, but if I got time. So you do end up with just a little bit of brass. A 1/10 of an ounce of brass just goes in there. That ends up in the garbage. And a chunk of drop cord. So, is it worth pulling apart? You decide. But now you know what to expect if you find one of these things. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again.